Checking out one of the most feature-packed smart home devices I've bought so far.
A few weeks ago now I picked up one of these bad boys. It's called the Aqara Camera Hub G3. Not only is it one of the best smart home cameras I've ever used, and I'll show you why that is in a second, but it also adds a whole bunch of other functionality to your smart home. It allows you to use cheap sensors like this one to automate your smart home in a bunch of different ways. It's a full-blown alarm and security system, and it also has an IR blaster so you can control non-smart devices like your AC and your TV. And it also, of course, integrates with all our different smart home environments like HomeKit, which we absolutely love. Let me show you all the dope features on this thing. Let's get into it. Starting with the basics of the camera, the quality looks great at full 2K and automatically switches between day and night vision. You'll see here you have full 360 degree over the camera that you control manually here in the app. You can also control the intercom, which allows you to talk to and from the camera and the room it's placed in. If you're worried about privacy, you could have the camera physically hide the lens while you're not home. This also exposes the SD card slot. Once you have the SD card in the device, there's so many different ways you can set it up to record. You can just have it set to record at all times. You can set it up to only record when you're not home. You can set it up to record when it's text motion. You don't even need the SD card. You could also have it just record locally to your phone. Best thing about this is it doesn't require you to purchase like an alternate cloud storage solution. It's all local on the device or right on your phone. Speaking of motion tracking, the motion tracking on this device is amazing, not only for triggering recordings or sending you notifications when things are happening when they shouldn't be, but it has a whole bunch of other really cool features that I'll show you now. My favorite feature of these by far is human tracking. This effectively enables the camera to automatically follow along and track anybody that sees in frame. This is super useful when you have an area that you can't cover with one single camera and you still want fully recorded. It'll make sure anything that happens in the frame, whether it's a person that's wanted or not in your home, it gets everything on camera. I use this daily as I usually keep my camera here in my entranceway. It allows me to seamlessly record my front door and my living room without missing any angles. On top of human tracking, you have the pet tracking feature that works in the same way. Really useful if you have pets at home that are always moving all over the place. There's also face detection, which you use to do certain automation, so only trigger something to happen when a certain face is detected in the room. And also a really cool feature called gesture detection. This basically lets you program gestures that you do with your hands to trigger smart home devices. Example of the gestures, I have it set up so when it detects a peace sign in frame, it should turn off my living room lamp. This thing also works as a hub and allows you to set up sensors in your smart home so you can automate all sorts of things. Normally setting up sensors is really complicated, but this thing makes it super easy and the sensors are super cheap. They're only about 20 bucks a piece. My last video is actually all about sensors. If you want to learn more, go watch that one. So this thing also works as an alarm system. Just like any other one, you could arm it for home, away, night, whatever you want. It's going to use sensors as well as motion data from the camera to determine what to do if it detects motion at certain times, depending on what you have it set up for. I personally have mine set up, so if I'm in bed and one of the windows are open, the alarm will go off. And if I'm not home and it detects motion in the entryway, the alarm will also go off. It'll send me an urgent notification and blare the alarm. Let me show you that. You'll hear the alarm sound when I set off motion here. The last feature is really cool. It has a built-in universal remote. All you have to do is input the device you want to control, whether that's TV, air conditioning, whatever. Click the button, you now control over it with your smart home like you do the TV here. That's all the dope features about this thing. This isn't sponsored. I just like it a lot, but I will put a link for it in my bio if you guys want to buy it yourself. It's about 100 bucks. I make other smart home videos if you like this, and thank you for watching. So, for the last few weeks now, I've been trying to take my vitamins every day, and I simply can't remember, so we're going to try to build a smart home connected vitamin dispenser from scratch. Let's get designing. Okay, here's the theory I kind of have in my head. I'll have some type of container. Inside that container, the vitamins will be in it. And then I'm going to attach this vibration sensor to them. This vibration sensor will detect when I take a vitamin out of the container. And then I could then check it off a checklist or do other automations if I haven't taken them yet. Let's figure out a better way to refine this. First things first, we're going to assemble this guy so it's not as clunky. All right, so here's the rough idea. There's this J shape and you could pull the pills out of the little trough right here and you load them through the top hopper here and they're broke out into 4 segments. In the middle here, there's these 2 smaller pills that don't need nearly as much storage. So I'm gonna find a place to hide the little vibration sensor in there. Let's go design this on the computer. So after an hour or 2 designing, here we have the pill dispenser. You can see here the pills are gonna feed into the top here and then they'll nicely come out the bottom. We also have this little compartment here where the motion sensor is gonna be stored as well as 2 holes in the back to mount to the wall. Let's get this baby printed out. And we're printing on my very janky printing setup, but it works. So it's the next day and we're done printing and it turned out really well. So actually super happy with how this thing turned out. So you have the 4 hoppers in the top here, you put the vitamins in the top and then they dispense down in this trough here, easy to grab. And then there's the little compartment here for the vibration sensor. So it detects whenever I grab a pill and then I can do automations based on that. So we got it all mounted up. So I printed this little lid for it. As you can see, we have all the vitamins down here and they're all held in these hoppers up above. If I pull this lid off here, you can see all the vitamins loaded up in there and they'll automatically dispense down here, as well as the vibration sensor. Just makes them super easy to access and grab, and then they'll fill themselves up once they're empty. Let me show you how the vibration sensor here works. Okay, this is super simple, but it works really well. You see we have HomeKit open up here. We have our vitamin sensor, motion detected, no. This thing is super sensitive. All it takes is just to grab one vitamin out of the sensor, and you'll see motion detected equals yes. So it's fair enough to say that once I grab a vitamin out of there, it's pretty safe to say I've taken my vitamins for the day. It'll trip the sensor. So now that I have the sensor data coming in from this thing, there's a whole bunch of automations I could do. The first one, really easy to set up. I have a daily reminder on my phone to take my vitamins. If the sensor detects during the day, it'll check that reminder off for me automatically, so I don't need to do anything. Super cool. Okay, from here they get a little bit more aggressive. So if it's past noon and I haven't taken my vitamins yet and I walk in the bathroom tripping my motion sensor, I should get a notification on both my phone and watch to take my vitamins every time I walk in the bathroom until I actually take them for the rest of the day. Okay, here's another one. This one's a little crazy. So if I leave the house without taking my vitamins, I'll be welcomed home with bright red lights all over the house. Like, you know, you did something wrong. If I want those lights turned back to normal, all I have to do, go to the bathroom, take a vitamin, and just like that, all my lights will be restored to normal. Pretty cool. And to take that even one step further, if my bathroom humidity sensor detects I'm showering, which I do every day at the end of the day, and I still haven't taken my vitamins, when I go back to my bedroom, I'll be met with this very ominous red underglow to remind me to get back in there and take those vitamins. So honestly, really hyped with how this thing turned out. Smart home aside, I think it's just gonna be really useful. I don't know if I'm gonna use all of those automations. I was just kind of messing around there. I'll definitely use the reminder check off one, and I'll maybe play around with a few more. If you guys have any ideas on how I can automate this thing, definitely let me know. It's a lot of fun making it. I appreciate you guys tagging along. Toss me an old follow if you like these sort of projects and smart home stuff. And thank you for watching.